Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today I'm going to be featuring a tier 8 premium aircraft carrier, the German Graf Zeppelin. Now Graf Zeppelin is one of the most unfortunate carriers in the game, as it used to be actually one of the strongest carrier by far that Wargaming has added. In fact, when the carrier rework didn't happen, there used to be a Graf Zeppelin that got removed for the sale because it was too strong. And you can clearly watch a lot of YouTube videos about what Graf Zeppelin in RTS times really about. I don't want to explain that. You will be able to watch videos. I think you should watch a YouTube guy. His name is Farazalat. If I didn't pronunciate that name, Farazalat is actually one of the really good Graf Zeppelin players. He's an amazing CV player for RTS times. But I'm going to be coming back to the video, and as you can able to see, the Graf Zeppelin as of now is kind of very underwhelming in my opinion. The rockets are having quite a lot of delay and not a whole lot of rockets, and you can able to see it's a struggle dropping even this Z-23. Doing some damage, sure, but it's still not that impressive. That long delay of the rocket pre-firing machine time is basically makes Graf Zeppelin quite a lot of struggle. Nothing to brag about these rockets, even though they have decent penetration numbers like 40mm, I would still not be very happy about using them. On the other hand, the Graf Zeppelin has one of the very important and very strong armaments that if you have Graf Zeppelin you should use a lot, and that is its torpedo bombers. Torpedo bombers of the Graf Zeppelin having very fast 227 knots of speed. This is probably by far the fastest torpedo bombers in the game right now. I mean, Indomitable does not have torpedo bombers, that's why I will not gonna be directly comparing it with that. But 227 knot torpedoes, I don't think so even Aquila has that much speed, which basically makes Graf Zeppelin torpedo bombers a very powerful tool against basically any target. In this case, I'm just trying to drop this Jervis. The Jervis is in a bad spot, and I'm just dropping him casually, maybe trying to get a single torp hit. And in this case, well, luckily I got the torpedo hit, got the first blood on Jervis, and that was a first blood, which is pretty nice. Again, unfortunately, one more thing that I really have to say about the Graf Zeppelin is that the AP bombs is absolutely terrible. I don't know what is the reason why that Wargaming did not even buff these bombs. Like, these bombs are having so bad values that I can't even imagine using them like in this game. I will try to showcase the AP bombs in this game, but you will be very sad to see that in this state of Graf Zeppelin, I think the viable option to use are only two armaments, which is one is rockets and other is like the torpedo bombers. And apart from that, I think using any other armament like AP bombs is kinda bad. In this case, well, as you can able to see, the John Bart has decent AA, and even though I did almost 10,000 damage, all 8 penetrations, I basically lose almost a full squad. I cannot able to get another attack run since the speed of the planes is sort of underwhelming. 180 knots is kind of weird, whereas you will be able to see that the torpedo bombers have 227 knots of speed, and AP bombers in my build also have almost 240 knots of speed. So the HE rockets kinda in a bad spot. Regardless, well, I'm using the torpedo bombers since these are the only reliable tool to deal against these battleships. And in this case, John Bart did try to dodge one torpedo, which understandable. He's trying to juke some of the or mitigate some of the damage of my torpedo bombers. And I mean, as you can able to see, the damage of the torpedo bombers is pretty okay. Let me show you a bit of the stats of rockets and torpedo bombers quickly. So as you can able to see, the rockets have 40mm pen, as well as it has pretty decent damage of 4450 which is pretty okay, but I won't say it's pretty special. Fire chance is pretty good of 25%, but again, only 8 rockets on a single, you know, attack run is kinda not the best. And the speed, as I said, it's only 180 knots max, which kinda does not fit to the Graf Zeppelin's style or play style at all. And that's one of the things that I really don't like about Graf Zeppelin. Again, I'm trying to use the rocket planes, and now I'm gonna be coming up with torpedo bombers again, since I need to showcase these torpedo bombers, since I just get a fire on that John Bart, which he didn't dissipate. I was expecting him to dissipate, but he does not maybe have a damage control right now. So let me show you the torpedo bomber stats real quick. So as you can able to see, the torpedo bombers have 5,333 damage number. Torpedo arming distance is pretty good, but again, I'm not gonna be bragging much. These torpedo bombers is just above average. They just buffed the torpedo bombers of Graf Zeppelin, by the way, and even with that buff, is sort of still pretty. They can pump up decent damage, but still, I won't be very much bragging the strength of these torpedo bombers. And I mean, you can able to see that John Bart can pretty much easily able to shot down quite a lot of my torpedo bombers. So after the torpedo bombers that I've used, I'm gonna be coming up with AP dive bombers, and this is one of those things that I just never really want to use in Graf Zeppelin because they are that bad. I mean, these bombs, as you can able to see, having almost 240 knots of speed, but I really don't care if they have the highest speed for these planes. But I do care that I do get some damage out of these bombs, and in this case, it is generally a struggle. In this case, I'm dropping a tier 7 Nuiv de Julio, and as you can able to see that I'm trying to drop these bombs, and look at look at that, man. One of the bomb didn't even land on a ship, and the other bomb actually gone and deal a only over penetration damage, which is absolutely underwhelming. And I mean, I don't know what to say. Seems to be, oh my goodness. 2 over penetration bombs, really? It was the saddest moment for me when I'm playing Graf Zeppelin. I was saying that why did I even pick this armament in the first place? Like, it's just a kind of pointless. Like, really pointless. The damage output is so bad, and I mean the damage alpha of the Graf Zeppelin AP bombs is 5,800 if I'm not wrong. That is terrible. To put that in comparison, Graf Zeppelin, I mean August 1 Percival has 7,800 AP bombs alpha damage. The Shokaku has, I think, 6,200 or 100 alpha damage. Way much more higher numbers than Graf Zeppelin, and more bombs in payload. Graf Zeppelin only have 2 bombs. Kind of underwhelming, to be honest. In this case, I'm dropping this Georgia. I mean, again, as you can able to see, even though I do have the speed for these torpedo bombers, the torpedo bombers are still not gonna be easy to drop. You can able to see that the Georgia is sort of trying to mitigate the damage just by dodging. And in this case, I only able to land another 1 torpedo hit. So I was kind of disappointed with that attack run on Georgia. Could have done a bit better, but again, as you can able to see, I did only 72,000 damage, and I just realized that there is a chance that the Georgia with that much speed can be able to push towards me and can spot me back. One more thing about the Graf Zeppelin is that it has secondary armament. Unlike anything in the game, it has almost cruiser or even better levels of secondary dispersion on these secondary guns, which is actually unique for the CV. But honestly, I really don't care that even if it has decent secondary armament, if it does not have a good primary armament, it won't be able to help me carry games anyway. Maybe if a destroyer tries to push a Graf Zeppelin, sure, those secondary armaments can be useful, But what I'm gonna do against this Georgia, if he can able to just kill me around 11-12 kilometers away, unless I do some sort of smoke division where I just smoked up by Benson or a destroyer that basically smokes me up for almost a 2-3 minutes. Other than that, I don't think so I can able to pull thing out of Graf Zeppelin secondaries anyway. Here, I just switched the target since the Georgia have a really decent AA, and in this case, the Bismarck probably does not have the best of the AA, and dropping Bismarck is certainly gonna help me a lot, getting a lot much more consistent damage. And you can able to see I did 3 torpedo hits on Bismarck, got a flood, but I have to take another drop on this guy since I just want to get a good salvo or good drop on this battleship. Fortunately, Bismarck somehow managed to outrun those torpedoes, which is absolutely sad to watch. And I'm kind of forced to use these AP bombs again, which is terrible. I just don't know what to say. They are so bad. I mean, even if you use these bombs in a Graf Zeppelin, I think you know the really bad experiences that you might have faced. Now, a perfect example that I'm dropping on a Bismarck. And let's see what's going to happen, since I don't remember whether I did get some damage on the Bismarck or not. But again, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know. Bismarck somehow manages to get me over penetration hits. Oh my goodness. I mean, I was kind of shocked. I just remembered that I have done nothing with these AP bombers. They are so terrible that it is not even funny. At this point, getting over penetration damage does not make sense. I don't know, I might be doing something wrong. I was thinking about my dropping style. Could be a problem. It is entirely possible, since it could be a problem. In this case, I spot the Changmu here, and I decided, okay, I will try to drop this guy. But the Changmu is actually a very smart player. He tried to turn out and basically dodges my torpedo attack run. So I decided to drop onto the Bismarck again, since I know that that's the only target that I can reliably deal damage to. Changmu again run out, and well, I can get 3 torpedo hits on Bismarck, which is pretty nice. But again, I'm kind of forced to use the rockets and torpedo bombers from time to time, and that tells you that the AP bombs or AP dive bombers of the Graf Zeppelin is so bad. It's very weak, to be honest. And you have seen what happened to that Bismarck that I tried to do some damage to. Fortunately, the game seems to be in our winning side, and well, as you can able to see, the rockets are also very difficult to use against destroyers, which is another one of my complaints when I play Graf Zeppelin. And in this case, well, I don't have a whole lot of attack runs left. I can just drop this Changmu once, and that is only possible. And even in this case, if he speed juke my attack, like which he did here, I just only get a engine out of Changmu. Well, that's the only thing that I can able to do about this ship. So I decided, well, if the Changmu is the only guy that is left, I might as well try to showcase you the secondaries and try to push this Changmu out there and do some damage. Again, torpedo bombers are very difficult to land hits on, because these torpedo bombers are neither fast or, I mean, they are something that I'm not sure that it's gonna help me do anything about Changmu. I'm just trying to blind drop this guy. Maybe there might be a chance that I might get a hit. But in this case, as you can able to see, that the Changmu is actually smart. He basically moved out of those torpedo attacks. And this helped me to showcase you a bit of the Graf Zeppelin, secondaries, which is kind of not possible again, since, well, Changmu is in smoke. And because of that, well, Changmu is sending torpedoes here. And, well, there's nothing that I can do. For now, I'm getting spotted by CV, Lexington, with its last squad. And not only that, Lexington also did use his fighter on top of Changmu, which I will definitely going to shot down those. But as you can able to see, that the Changmu is dealing pretty consistent damage, and since I cannot able to use the secondaries, I might as well realize that okay, let's just push in, and maybe I might have a chance to kill him since the smoke of the Changmu will eventually run out, and since I shut down the planes, he cannot able to see me getting spotted, which is pretty a relief for me. And I know that once the smoke ran out, my secondaries will eventually kill Changmu, and this game will be over. But you have seen that why I just don't like Graf Zeppelin. It was a tough situation to deal against these ships. I mean, the torpedo bombers are nothing too special. You have seen I struggled even sometimes because of the slow torpedo torpedo speed, and then AP bombs are complete, trash. Unfortunately, just I have to say that. And the game ends. Somehow I managed to somehow the game just managed to save me from Changmu devastation from those torpedoes, and this game finally ends. It was unfortunately a very sort of a average scoring game for me, but you can able to see that the struggle is real in Graf Zeppelin. Torpedo, 18 torpedo hits, the only reliable source of dealing damage. Some bomb hits, all 5 of them are over penetration. I'm just hitting my head on that time. Oh my goodness. What is this design of Graf Zeppelin right now? Why it's not getting even buffed? It's kind of baffling. It's really baffling to me. 21 target hits. Obviously, after torpedoes, I think the best armament is these HE rockets, which did some damage. Get one fire in 20 shells, or the HE rockets, which is also another unfortunate thing. Close quarter expert, obviously some secondary hits on that Changmu, 4 defended ones because of that Changmu, and the game ends pretty much like that. Team score wise, well, you can able to see I was in third. Did try something as best as I can, to be honest, and I was still pretty happy with the results that I got almost 2k base XP. But Changmu in enemy team played really well. Props to this guy for doing what he did. Played really well. Props to this guy, and props to the Georgia, which is second in the team. Other than that, I think the game is pretty much self-explanatory. Detail report wise, did some damage to Jervis. It was a struggle. Did some torpedo damage on that guy. Did a rocket hit, probably, no, the secondary battery hits on Changmu. I think the rocket hits that I did is on Z23. 5 rocket hits, which is a huge struggle. You have seen that delay basically causing me not to land a lot of rocket hits on that destroyer, which is unfortunate. So this is the state of Graf Zeppelin. I hope you like the video and understand why Graf Zeppelin is something that I really say that it's not really good. And I hope you guys like the video. Please like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.